That was Prince's Kiss, so there's enough tragedy to go around. The images from what is happening in Afghanistan are frightening and saddening, but very familiar. They look eerily like what happened in Vietnam, because almost every time America goes to war without a clearly outlined objective, then promises are made, unnecessary people die, and you leave people of a nation scrambling to find out what to do next. It was untenable. No matter what happened, no matter when Americans decided to leave, there was going to be scenes of turmoil like that. It was an ill-conceived plan. I think George Bush and the nation, many in the media, were responsible for going to a country that virtually had little to do. We were attacked by 17 Saudis, a couple of other nationals, and we attacked Iraq and Afghanistan. It was our longest war, our most expensive war. We spent $2 trillion propping up an army that didn't even try to fight. As a matter of fact, our money would have been better spent just giving them Nike tracksuits, because that's how fast they ran. So it is a shame how we always have money to build other nations. We always have money to prop up other nations' infrastructures, but here we can't do that. Like, can you imagine? Look at the rancor we're going through just to get $1 trillion to build our own infrastructure, where we spent $2 trillion in a country far away that didn't have any return on it. We shouldn't have gone to war. We did, and now these are the fruits of that. Afghanistan is called the graveyard of empires, and I'm very sad about that. I am more saddened by what is happening in Haiti. Haiti has just been deluged with tragedy. For the last 15, 20 years, there have been earthquakes and hurricanes and assassination. And really what it needs, you can't move Haiti geographically. You can't move it out of the path of some of these things. But what can happen is that Haiti's infrastructure, as much as it can be, needs to be retrofit. That's an expensive thing, but they're more subject to severe damage when things like this happen. A 7.2 earthquake would do a lot of damage anywhere, but particularly a place that had little to no infrastructure. Hurricanes are going to be damaging anyway, but particularly in a place that have little to no ground cover, because they use whatever trees and foliage they can find for fuel. We need to stop having conversations where we talk about praying for people and actually start doing things for people. Like, Haiti is going to always have these problems because there is no infrastructure. Like, a ground cover really keeps it stops slides from happening and stuff from moving around in a hurricane. We have a lot of earthquakes in this country, particularly in California, but the buildings are retrofit. They're on rollers. They're flexible. They're built to withstand, large earthquakes. And we need a level of that in Haiti, or there's never going to be any relief from this. We can't move them geographically. They're always going to be in the path of a hurricane, and they're always going to be subject to these seismic events. But what we can do is try to see what can happen about building an infrastructure that is at least less susceptible to this incredible carnage. I mean, when I woke up, it was 100 people, and then it went to 500, and then 700, and now last count 1,300. But they're going to be more, because literally they're digging their loved one out. They're digging their loved ones out not with heavy machinery and construction kit, with their bare hands. And then on top of that, they were hit with a tropical storm. So after we finish praying and changing our avatars and saying pray for Haiti, we need to do for Haiti, because this will keep happening. And as sad as I am about what's happening in Afghanistan, this nation has poured trillions of dollars into making sure that country was stable, and it isn't. Even a tenth of that could help Haiti. That's a little north from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.